Hi everyone, it's Nat here. Hope you're all doing well. I'm meant to be cleaning up my house because I have a visitor coming tomorrow, so I'm in the craft room just about to craft instead. I hope to do some cleaning in between, but you know how that goes. So I have here the latest Whichcraft Do You Do freebie that is available if you're a member of the Playing with Paper and Glue Facebook group, which I'll link down below. Awesome group, so do join if you're not, and then you'll have access to the freebies as they come out there. If you're not a member of the group, this freebie will be available on Whichcraft Do You Do's website next month. So, but this one is awesome. So it's this beautiful envelope. I just love the green tones in this. And then this tag and these embellishment pieces. So I've printed this one out twice to have a play with. So I've got a bit of cutting out to do. So what I might do is go off and cut them all out, and then I'll be back to try and put something together with you. So I have gone and cut all of my pieces, and I read the note that I had written on the bottom of one of my digitals. It tells me what I want to make, and then it says print another smaller to put in. Well, I didn't do that. I printed them both the same size, so but we can work with that. It might even be better. So I want to use my file folder, just an old file folder that I've already cut down for something else. I want to use that as a base for this project. So I'm going to make the tag. And what I will do is, I think that fits, yes. I'm going to cut this. That, and I will ink and then stick this one down. So I might just use the ink I've got here, which is a brown. Hope you're all doing well. It's quite mild here today. It's been a little wet the last few days, but that's a nice, good excuse to stay inside and get things done. It's also good because it wets the ground, makes it easier for planting. Being the springtime, trying to get all the vegetables out, and I've got some flowers I need to plant as well. But I haven't been in the craft room for a day, and I'm not used to not being in the craft room for a day at the moment, so withdrawals. I thought I'd get in and do a quick project before I go out and do some more work. So I want to stick this down. Now, this has the fold in it already. I'm leaving that joined together, and I'm going to stick this on the front. Now, it does have some holes in the bottom of it, but I will. Shan't matter too much. Might even cover them up, we will see. So I will put it on there. And then we want to cut around that, so we're cutting both sides here. So I saw that there was a big garage sale. I think it's one where vendors can go and sell all their unwanted stuff somewhere close to me on Saturday. So I was thinking of going to that. And then I thought of how many people might be there and that I really shouldn't spend the money and that, so I decided not to and crossed it out of my diary. Then I went online and saw that another town close to me has an antique and vintage sale. So I've written that one down in my diary. We'll see. Not really in the mood for going around crowds of people these days. But that one does sound hard to resist. So now we've got like a double tag thingy here. So what I want to do now is put the back of it onto the back of it. Hopefully we can stick it down so it fits pretty flush. So yes, I've got half of my veggies planted out, or more than half. I still need to buy a few different veggies to put in. But I've got some peas and a couple of tomatoes, beetroot, silver beet, which was already growing from seed. I just pulled out the old big ones and found some little babies underneath, which is handy. Just got so many snails out there because I haven't been keeping up with the weeding much. So it's the first time I've actually used snail bait, because or else things get eaten that many times. I have to keep rebuying them and replanting them. But because I don't have a dog at the moment, I thought I would try the snail bait just this once until I get things a bit less messy out there. Few of my plants have still been eaten. I do have so many snails out there. All right, now I'm just checking. Yep, that's on really good, actually. Amazing. So I'll link around the other side before I forget. I can hardly tell which side's which. It looks inked around already. It must be their awesome digital. Now, of course, there's a discount code via me for Whichcraft Do You Do as well. If you use the code NAT2023, you can get 15% off of all digitals in their shop. And that counts for their Etsy store as well as their website. So I think I will list that down below as well in case you're interested and want to use it in the future. It's valid until the end of the year. Yeah, those holes don't look too bad down there. So now I've got the front and the back done. So what I want to do now is, where's my second lot of tags? What we might do is we'll fold this in half first. And for what we want to do, it's going to be way too big, so we're going to have to cut some of it off. But we might want it a bit sturdier as well. So we have some of the offcut of this, but we're only going to want one layer. So I might back it onto this first, and then we will cut it down to the size that we want. So in that case, I didn't need to double it over, but it doesn't matter. We'll just stick this in here. So just fold that over. Now it's not perfect down here, but we have to cut some of that off anyway just to get it to fit in our other tag. So let me think, which is hard sometimes. Can be about the same width. We might cut it down just a little tiny bit widthwise. Going to be taking some of the beautiful design away, but that's all right. At least we have it on the front. So I'm going to cut it about there. It might need some more as well. Now where's my cutting mat so I can see how straight, or I should say so I can see how crooked things are. Straighten it up afterwards. So we might want to leave the top as is for what we want to do. So so it fits in there nicely. But we will cut the excess off. This one an ink around, or actually not yet because we might chop some more off yet. So that's going to sit inside there like that, and we want it to be able to come out. So I think we've chopped it about just right for it to be able to come out. Amazing. All right, so now we can ink around that. Now we can do some embellishment if we want to. So I might use, I think this is for an envelope. I haven't actually watched the video that Kerry did on putting all this together yet, so I'm not quite sure what we're meant to do. Well, we don't have to. We can use it any way we want anyway, but yeah. I think we'll do a little belly band or something at the back here, like this. I don't tend to watch videos too closely these days until after I've used something, so that I don't get any sort of preconceived ideas and that. I like to look at things and try and think of what to do with it. It's good for my brain. Actually, we could even wrap it in before we close things off. So therefore it doesn't really matter where we cut it. Now I might actually back this onto some paper as well, just makes it a bit thicker. So some of my scrap paper. I've finally learnt to put some of my old book pages right next to me because I'm always grabbing for them and they're usually miles away. I should have a book haul for you guys again sometime soon. I've got a pile out in the passage that I have to sort out. So before I put them away, I'll come on and show people what I've got. Nothing too wonderful, I'm sure. So I have here my peeled paint. I think that looks like it would go. Actually, I must have watched Kerry do a bit of this because I vaguely remember seeing her stamp, I think, with a green. Now, do I want it to be green? I think I do. And I'm thinking of doing one of these. I like that one, so let's do that. Which is a bit bright. We'll see how we go. Just do it lightly. Okay. Oh yeah, that's very nice. I was going to stamp some text, but I sort of feel weird putting this text on and then like normal text, so maybe a bit of music. Now I've got to find my music stamp. Where is it? Such an organised crafter these days, I am. Oh yeah, that would do, because you can't even sort of see. And maybe, should we do a secondary stamping of it? Oh, I don't know. Maybe. Get it all on there. Stamp a little bit off. is juicy, that oxide. Okay, so I don't want to smudge it too much. So now I can stick a belly band on. About there, I reckon. So I'd fold it over. Like that. That might, I'm just thinking it might stop us from being able to swing our thingy. So maybe not such a good idea after all. So we'll chop it. Well, now I've taken that nice start bit off. Anyway, that will do. Let's put it on. Look nice sewn around too, wouldn't it? Then I'd have to go and change my cotton. I'll stick it down and then see. I might. I'm just being lazy. Now, how straight is that? So that will be the back, and that will be our front. Now I must not forget that we've got mushrooms. That'll fit in there nicely, whether we put it on a tag or a little card, we will see. Although, hang on, we've got another one, haven't we? Missing, yeah, here we go. I've got one of these big ones. He'd only just fit in there. I might even need to cut him down if I put him in there. And he takes away from the front a bit. So it'll be between this one and this one on the front. That one looks better, but yeah, I like that one the best. And now, I wanted to try something, but I don't know how it's going to go, so get my messy embossing stuff. And I've got some clear. Oh, this is interesting. Or is that gold? That's gold. It looks green. And I've got these embossing pens. One bullet tip pen, one brush tip pen. I might try them. I haven't tried them yet, so I think that'll be a bit of fun. Maybe we'll do some embossing on our mushroom. And on that one as well. Which means I might need this too. So I got the little labels here as well. Cut those out and I've inked around those. I'm not inking around these yet. I'll do that afterwards. My clear embossing powder and my container doodly things here. So I'm just going to tip this into here. Might as well get it all out. Like so. And I might start with my labels first. So with those, I'm going to try and emboss the whole label. See how we go. Want to get a good coverage all over my label and then tip my powder on. like that. So I'll repeat that process with all my label pieces. I have put the embossing powder on my labels. A few of them didn't get the best coverage, but it'll be all right. That's why I thought I'd do all of them, so hopefully one works. Now, next thing we want to do is play around with these mushrooms and try out my pens. Hopefully these are still nice and juicy as well. They should be. So let's have a look at the brush one. Oh yeah, that's nice and thick. Okay, we'll start with that. We might do the top of this mushroom. I see something happening. So make sure I get good enough coverage for it to stick. Put the lid back on so it doesn't dry out. Let's have a look. There's a bit on there. I haven't used it before, so it could be that I just need to use it a bit more to get it flowing more. That's going to have to do for that one though. I won't do the plants or anything. I think I'll just leave it as is cap. Now I do have the other one of those. We can try again. Let's try that. And that's better. Missed a few bits around there, but that'll do. So now we might do this one. I want to do the little sort of pokey outy bits. What's this one like? Yep, let's give it a go. Don't know how quick this stuff dries either, so I'm gonna have to be sort of quick about this, I think. Not too fussy. I can see it's stuck to some of the ones over this side. So I don't want to do it again because it'll mess up the pen. That's why I did two of them. Let's try that with this brush one because we know, and now it seemed to maybe have dried out a bit, so maybe we'll do one side. That might have been what happened then. Put it down there now. And then we'll do the other side. Yep, that worked better. So I have my chopping board here, which I like to use to do my heat embossing on. And we'll start with our big mushroom, I think. So they turned out pretty good. Nice and lumpy bumpy for those, but the mushrooms turned out great. I love it. I don't know how well you can see the shine on that. Beautiful. And then what's the other one? This one. And this one wasn't the best, but still did work enough. And then now we've got our labels, which are looking pretty cool as well. So very happy with that. Now I'll pack up all my embossing stuff afterwards. I'm going to have a big mess everywhere. Try and start getting this together. Always make things more complicated than they need to be. So we've got our belly band on the back. So we need our mushroom on the front. Now we'll put him in the back there. And we wanted this one for the front because I think that one looks the best on there. So we will put something underneath. We do have the paper. I could rip a bit of that. Do I want to rip some of that? Maybe not. I do have some. I might rip some of this and just see what it looks like. This is just some end book page as usual. I might like some of the white showing too. Not too much though. Like that, with maybe, let's have a look what greens we've got in our distress inks. Forest moss might do. I cannot find its little inky pad. This one will do. Yep, that looks greenish. So just go around this a little bit. This as well, but we'll do that in brown because I like to be specific about these things. And we better ink, although this probably needs backing, so we won't ink that one yet. We will ink this one. And it wouldn't be right if I didn't look for some of Kerry's awesome cheesecloth for this. So we can do brown or we can do green. I'm thinking brown might be a nice contrast. I've even got some of this murky yellowish stuff. I still think I want brown. Do we want it behind that? nice. Or do we want it behind that, which is also nice? Well, I might stick this down. Now, do we want more text? Possibly. Is it upside down? Yes. Some there. Well, that's nice and faint. Stick this down. That's what happens when you leave your glue open. Too much. Something like that's all right. Right, might just tack this down a bit. Must remember to check my glues before I start filming. Oh, that was a long one. That was kind of satisfying. And we did want it sort of just straight like that. Oop. We might offset. This needs to go over there more. Offset that now, which is a bit too. Maybe I should use my distresser because that's what it's for. I do want to rip. It needs a bit of ripping. Still don't know how to use this stupid thing. Whoop! It's nearly ripped the whole way through. Okay, now it needs more ink. probably looks somewhat better. Something under there that shouldn't be. Okay, so that's the front done. Oh, we need our label. So I'm thinking, what am I thinking? They're so bright now, aren't they? Well, that's kind of nice though. Some of my vintage German, or I should say antique German stuff here. I do like that down there. Should have thought about this first. Waiting for the ink to show through. Yeah, knew that glue was going to show through, but that's all right. It might clear up a bit and it might not. And we'll put that down there. Have it sticking up just a little bit. And put that on there. Some more of a book page here. Back it with that. We'll ink that as well. We might put one of our stamps on the back of here. Make sure it's the right way. Yep. It's a beautiful little journaling card to slip in our belly band. Then I need to find the tag. And I found it under everything. Okay, so for this, we might do another bit of stenciling. Maybe we'll do our other flowers over this side. That's enough. Now we don't want to make this one bulky because we are slipping this one on the inside. So, and we want the writing spot on the back as well. Okay, so we'll do a little bit of stamping again. That's up the right way. That will do there. And where's the other mushroom? Oh no, I've got to move everything now. There it is. Yep, that's the right one. It's embossed. Is that right? Yeah, because the big one's going on the back. Now, I think with him, might do some more ripping. And we can see more of the beautiful print that's there. Quite like that. Getting embossing powder on everything here. That stuff is as bad as glitter in my eyes. It just gets everywhere. And once you've used it, you find it everywhere forever. Should have cleaned up before I went on with this, but oh well. So that can go there, and now we will want, I think we'll stick to the greens. Put one down the bottom, and might as well use some more of our German text on here somewhere. Put some up there. Cut that nice and crooked. Now that's going to have our journal card, which we can now slip in. If it fits. That's a thought. It might not. Now, where is... There it is. Bit of glue where it shouldn't be there. There we go. Perfect. So that fits in like that. Let's still got a little mushrooms. So where'd we put the other one? Oh, on the back of that, that's right. Put this down. So what I will do is go and sew around both of these. This I'll leave open and sew around. Do I sew the bottom of it? I probably do. So I'll go around that side and then go all around that side, and I'll sew around this one as well, and then we'll come back and put it together. So I have done my sewing around the edges, but it's still open. And what I should have done, which I forgot to do, was do a tab for this bit so we could pull it out easily. I always forget something because it would look a lot better if it was like sewn on. But anyway, you can't have everything. I can always go and sew it again if I want to. Now, I have the Fasten Whale Tail Punch here. You can get this at Whichcraft Do You Do. Absolutely awesome, because I had purchased these stamps and was waiting to find one of the Stamping Up punches in the secondhand store. But as you know, that's never going to happen to me. So I think we all feel like that, except for the lucky few. So I'm going to punch this out. Now, that's right. I've got to remember, for this one, you fold your paper first. And then insert it. And it stops it. It's got a little stopper there that stops it before the fold, so you can't cut the fold off. Then punch it out, and there's your whale tail tab. I don't know why I have so much trouble saying that. Now, what I should have done, again, was stamped it first, because it would be hard to get the stamp where I want it now. Let's put it there. Yeah, that'll do. Subtle. Now, we're going to have to try and fold this right in the middle there. So I think what I will do is scoreboard it. Maybe if I turn it around the right way, not that it should make any difference. And I don't know how straight I've got my... It's not too bad. Like that. Should be about even on either side. See how we go. Get our punch. It's looking pretty good. Maybe over that way a little bit. Oh, that'll do. Could have been worse. You won't notice in it that much anyway. All right, so we better ink around that now. So that shall go on this side, I think. That looks quite nice, actually. It doesn't really matter that it's not going to get sewn on, because the stamping actually looks quite nice there anyway. Now, it does work down there as well. But I think it looks better about there. Don't know if it's going to help us pull it out, but at least we'll see there's something in there. So I'll get this situated. we've got our tab. Now we can put it together and do any finishing touches that we want. So I do want an eyelet for this. So we want to make sure we've got it placed where we want it. Just sort of flush up the top there. It's looking good. And then we will just make a dot. I usually eyeball and get everything crooked. I should have not put that on until I had done this because we're probably going to cut through it. But you learn from your mistakes, don't you? Or not. About there. Punching through all of them. Put our eyelet in, if we can. The eyelet's only just fitting into these holes. It's going to be a tight fit. Just have to make. I know it does fit into these. There. Oh yeah, that's the front, isn't it? There we go. Now, the thing is, I'm thinking my tag back to front if I do it like that, so I must double check these things. At least I haven't closed it yet. This has to go. There. Now, I hope this works. It should be long enough. It's moving so fast. So you don't want to tighten it too much because we want to be able to swing our tag out. But you do want to close it a bit. Yeah, so that's closed a bit. And we can swing our tag all the way around if we want to. So now we can finish embellishing if there's anything we want to add. Actually, I think we'll put a number on the tab here. But what we will do is just cut it down a little bit to just the number. And that fits nicely on there. I have got my tag the right way now, yes. What number was on there? 48752. Yep, cool. It matches. So leave that to dry. And still want something else for this. Little butterfly. Oh, he looks cute up there. And now I feel like it does need a bit of lace or something down the bottom there. So I went looking for some lace and I found this sheer curtain thing. I love the colour of this. So I might just use a bit of that. Looks like I've cut some off previously. That is lovely. See what we can do. Probably should have sewn that on, but too late now, so because that will be hard to stick. Doesn't like sticking to itself, but that's all right as long as it's stuck to the tag all right, which it feels like it is. Might put this one down there. So I think that'll do. That is my finished tag. Looks good with the topper, but you can't turn your inside tag out enough with a topper. So it's a bit off up there now. Must have been holding it a bit crooked when I finally put things together, but that's all. Oh, it's because I had to turn it over. That's right. That would have done that. That's all right. So that's the front of it. That's the back of it. I've got a journal card in there. And then we've got a swing tag that comes out. So you can look at it and right on the back of that. And it can go all the way around. So that was heaps of fun. So thank you very much to the ladies at Whichcraft Do You Do for that awesome freebie. Hope you enjoyed that and it gave you some ideas. Take care of yourselves and happy crafting, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.